Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Templar Battleforce. I'm your host Imperialis, and we are here for the second episode of the series. Interesting thing though, before I get started, I was looking on the Steam forums for this, and there's a bit of a debate going on about how they're infringing on Games Workshop's intellectual property because they're Space Marines with power armor and boarding parties and all of that sort of stuff. And I mean, I can sort of see the point of what they're trying to say. I mean, it does feel very Space Hulk-ish. The comparisons between this and Space Hulk are pretty obvious, I think. But I do think it kind of stands on its own, and the idea that Games Workshop somehow has a monopoly on power armor and that sort of stuff is a little bit silly. I mean, Games Workshop did not invent power armor. I mean, anytime you see this debate pop up, somebody's going to come in and say, well, actually, Heinlein did it first with Starship Troopers, and he certainly beat Games Workshop to the punch by about 30 or 40 years. Starship Troopers, they ran around in power armor, and even compared to Space Marines and Warhammer, they're significantly more badass in some ways. I mean, they carry shoulder-mounted nuclear missiles and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. A single squad of them can, like, take over a planet. But other interesting thing I wanted to mention is I'm a big fan of sort of the pulp science fiction and stuff like that, and Heinlein was not the first to kind of invent the idea of power armor. It was actually first used, to the best of my knowledge, in a serial put out in the 1930s by a guy named Edward Smith, who wrote a book series, or well, it ended up becoming a series of books called the Lensman series. And it began as a serial in either Weird Tales or Amazing Stories, but one of the pulp magazines from the 30s. So really, if anybody gets credit for it, it should be him. And even contemporary to Heinlein, you had a lot of the themes that show up in Games Workshop games, Warhammer and stuff like that, showing up in Frank Herbert's Dune is probably one of the best known, but Space Viking by H.B. Piper and all sorts of stuff like that. So anyhow, that's my little rant for the day, I guess, but let's get back into this. So we've leveled up our Templars and ready to go. The one thing I did change is I went in and I mucked about with the design of the masks. So there's some cool little designs here. Oh, you could even put that on. That kind of looks like a Brianna. Well, we'll run with her as our face. And you can even change the color of the suits that they wear into... But I kind of like this brassy looking. It looks kind of neat, so I'll leave it like that for now. Maybe change it down the road. So, anyhow, we are ready to get back into this. So let's deploy to our next mission. The elevator lands with a mighty boom, and then silence. No gunfire, only the distant rumble of explosions. We are far behind the enemy lines now, Templars. Behind that door lies our destiny. We must believe, and we must win. We are ready, Major. Let me cover your advance with Overwatch. We'll come out charging with rifles blazing. When working together with a melee Templar, a soldier can cover his partner's advance with Overwatch. The two Templars can move full forward, and the soldier can lay down a burst fire, then engage Overwatch to cover the melee knight. Okay, It's a bit of an awkward sentence, but I think it makes sense. Go, go. I'm not controlling anything, they're just doing their thing right now. There! An operating tactical point. It is damaged, but it is still calibrated to the Templar frequencies. Kathos? By the... I owe you one, Major. If you survive long enough to hold that node, you'll have a Templar engineer en route. Be it genius or luck, you've managed a foothold on Deck 14. Command is preparing a supply line. Hold fast, Templars. You're now in control of your first tactical point. Tactical points give strategic territory control and vital supply points, SP. Each turn, a tact point will generate SP you can spend to resupply your forces or deploy new Templars. Your force has 320 SP, and you'll need 600 SP to deploy an engineer. Hold this tact point for at least 5 turns. We have to buy ourselves enough time for Kathos to get our engineer onto this deck. Drive back the Xeno and take up defensive positions at the tactical point. Any Xeno that comes too near a tactical point will damage it. Be sure to set up a defensive perimeter outside the yellow striping. If we lose this tactical point, we will fall. Shalun guide our armor. Okay. Let's go in. Oh, we got a new dude there, a Hunter. Hunter, level 2 Xeno, 76 hit points, very fast, 19 armor with 65% deflection, clawing and slashing for up to 60 damage. Ooh, that's quite a bit. I mean, Brienne only has 140 hit points, so... Okay, well, Brianna, go and hit him. And miss. Okay. Establish a perimeter. Lay down defensive fire and hold your ground. We're dealing with a badly damaged strike cruiser here. Half our comms are down. Blast it. Hold, Templars. Resupply is imminent. Well, let's overwatch. Pop an overwatch right there, maybe. And then we'll count on Luthor here. Go and finish him off. Perfect. Okay, so let's end the turn. Something's coming. Oh, you're not dead yet? Finish him off. There we go. Got another one up here. And you advance. And let's do Overwatch. Maybe down there. Turn 3. Certain areas are advantageous for defense due to cover, defensive barricades, or other circumstances. Any Templars or enemy standing in a square marked with a green shield, it's one of those, gains +1 success on all defensive rolls. Good to know. Let's actually have you go down there. You go over here. And you park yourself there. I wonder if there's a way to change facing. Oh, that brings up the loadout. Okay. Well, let's end our turn. Oh, I forgot to overwatch. Oh well. Okay, so you can go up and kill him. You, I will remember to use Overwatch this time. And let's end the turn. And still nothing. Now, in my off-camera game, I actually went off exploring down this way, and there's a big network of tunnels over here, and like little narrow passages and stuff like that. Didn't find anything exciting in there. I was kind of wondering if there might be a secondary objective or a hidden objective or something like that, but I didn't find anything. It just ended up splitting my forces and causing chaos, so I don't think I'll do that this time. I'll just aim straight for the final objective. Another little bug dude. Oh, I've got your clearance, Templars. Send in the orders and you'll have an engineer coming down. We've accrued enough supply points to deploy the engineer we need. All deployments are executed from a tact point. To give your tact point orders and to see its status, click on its center. You can see your tact point's health as well as how many SP it generates each turn. To deploy a new Templar into your squad, select the Recruits menu. From the Recruits list, double-click on the Engineer to deploy this Templar class. Recruits who survive a battle will join your squad's veterans, who can also be deployed from a tact point. So click on that. See, it's got 4 out of 5 hit points left, and we will recruit someone. An engineer. Named Logan. Welcome to Deck 14, Engineer. Welcome to the fight. Proud to serve, Major. While lightly armed and armored, engineers are capable of destroying enemy tact points and capturing them for the Templar Order. Review your new Templar's talents and be sure to use Power Field to boost your force's armor before heavy fighting. It looks like I've got work to do here. What can you give us, Sergeant Kathos? There's a second tactical point in this sector of the deck. If you can capture it, we'll have a launching point for our assault against the power relays. On this deck, the tactical point would be dead north of here, Major. Follow the power relay piping. I can't get its signature, so it's sure to be infested by the Xenos presence. If you can get me close enough, I can recapture it and realign it to our frequencies. We will have to split our forces. We cannot afford to lose our first tactical point, but we need to lead a charge against the second. Luthor, you and I could lead the press against the enemy tactical point, while Dalen holds this one. If we can hold on long enough, we can deploy a second soldier to the deck. I'm on it. We just lost another comms relay on Deck 10. I won't let you down. Each tact point captured by the Templars increases the force's maximum squad cap. Squad cap determines how many Templars can be deployed into the battle. Squad cap and current SP are displayed in the top left. With this tact point captured, up to 6 Templars can now be deployed. Deploying a second soldier from the recruits list would cost 400 SP. We could wait for further reinforces, I think they might say, mean to have typed reinforcements, or forge ahead with the forces we have. If we had a second soldier, we'd be able to easily defend this tactical point while pressing our advance on the second. Well, like I said, in my off-camera game, I went off this way and explored a whole bunch of crazy stuff down there, and I used Dalen and, well, it wasn't Brianna, but my commander to do it, while I had Luthor and my engineer go up north. And both of the squads kind of ended up getting overwhelmed. I ended up in a pretty bad situation. So I'm not sure if I want to do that again. I might go a little ways in, because there's a little spawn point that's fairly close by that I can take out. but I don't think I'm going to really push into those corridors very far, so... Anyhow, let's kill him. You advance. Overwatch down there. And end the turn. So let's grab Brianna. What is down these passages, Kathos? It's a series of utility tunnels and passages, Knight. There is another entrance in the north, near the second tactical point, but it would be dangerous fighting to get through such close quarters territory. See, I think this is just an alternate route you can take for the most part. So, probably not super worthwhile. This little glowy thing here, can't really see it because it's covered by the fog of war, but that's a little spawn location, so let's shoot it again, and then go back up here. Certain areas are advantageous for attackers due to elevation, a commanding position, or other circumstances. Any Templar or enemy standing in a square marked with a red crosshair, that's these here, gains +1 success on all attack rolls, and +1 range for any ranged attacks. Okay. Gonna leave them there for this turn. I'm just gonna hold that spot until I get this taken out. Which of these does more damage? Doesn't really say. Let's try punching him, see what that does. Not much. Okay. Now you go here, because I saw him spawn in. Don't want that. Finish that off. Now let's get her to head back up towards there while he takes up a defensive position there. What's the range like on his grenades? Not that far. If I go here, though... Yes. Grenaded up. So one of them's dead now. Oh. Keep pressing forward, Templars. The tactical point is just ahead. Be careful, the Xenos will have massed on around it. Capturing an enemy tact point can require multiple turns as an engineer works to purge the Xeno influence from the systems. The territory near a Xeno-controlled tact point is very dangerous, with new Xeno appearing nearly every turn. We must arrive with enough force to hold our ground in front of the tact point for at least a few turns. So, take out the tact point. Cool, took him out. And let's end the turn. Take him out. Continue the advance. And because he's closer, I'm actually going to bring Dalen up instead and have Brianna hold down here. Just out of range. Okay, let's end this turn. Good, keep taking them out. You advance as far as you can. Anybody in range? No, not quite. But I can still overwatch out to there. And you can go into your defensive spot to hold down here. And you can go and kill him. And then back out a little bit so that he has to come running through the overwatch. Sounds good. We'll see. Oh wow, he spawned right in there. Hello. Oh, and we had another one spawn in somewhere there. Oh, I skipped over that. Oops. Buy me time. Buy me the time I need to purge this tactical point. Sorry, I missed what he first said there. Double-clicked by accident. To attack an enemy tact point, select your engineer's capture talent and click on the center of the target tact point. Based on your engineer's skill and the capture level, this attack will damage the enemy tact point. When it reaches 0 hit points, it will revert to an unclaimed tact point. Okay. And now you can move one more. And let's do Overwatch up here. And now, back to Brianna. If I have one thing I would request from the developers, it would be mouse scrolling, because right here, it would be nice to be able to scroll around. Okay, that took care of him. Let's end the turn. Lots of those bugs. Oh, and I have the 453 points now. That means I can recruit a soldier. Hello, soldier. Gimblard. That is an awesome name, Gimblard. Now they seem to be coming from over here, so let's pop an Overwatch down. And then go and rejoin this squad. 40% remaining. A few more turns by the looks of it. Let's explore around a little bit. See what there is to see. Keep the Overwatch going. And you already did your capture thing. 4 hit points left. Oh, where'd you come from, jerk? Punch him. Again. There we go. Took care of you. Oh, that's why you might want to use the grapple. It uses a lot less AP. Shooting uses 2, whereas punching them uses 1. Okay. Anything else interesting over here? Not terribly. And then down at Brienne and Gimblard. We still have a target here. Well, we're still overwatching. Oh, got another. Kill it! There we go. But I think he's out of range. Yes, he is. So we'll just leave the Overwatch kinda as is. Maybe pull it back just a smidge. There. Okay. Oh. Well, do your capture again. 10% remaining. Let's see if we can't take this guy out. not quite. And then he's right there. So Overwatch right there. They keep coming from over here, so I'm going to send Luther back to try and deal with whatever's going on with it. There. Okay. Okay, let's back you up. Good, good. Yeah, that's the nice thing with this burst, is it can damage multiple enemies. But I can do... How bad a shape? 30 hit points left. Let's see. If I punch you, I don't do much. Except take a whole schwack of damage. Well, let's deal with that. The Xeno slime has been cut back. The tactical point is ready to be aligned to our signals. To claim a tact point, use your engineer's capture talent again and click on the center of the tact point. Well, I can't use it again, but I could shoot him. Good. And then Logan, or no, Dalen, can Overwatch this way. Well, he goes over here, just to cover the rear. Dalen's in pretty rough shape. Everybody else is okay, though. So let's end the turn, see what happens. Ah, I knew something would be coming out of there. This is the other exit if I went through all those tunnels. It's another way to get in. But, don't have any other obvious targets, so let's just recapture the point. And claim it in the name of the Templars. Objective completed. This is it, Templars. I've got the commander behind you now, and there are knights on their way to secure these 2 tactical points. We've got to press ahead while we have the advantage. The reinforcements will follow as fast as they can. We are the tip of the spear. You're going to have to be the tip of 2 different spears. I've been reviewing the last reports from the Met crews on Deck 14 before they lost contact. The damage is extensive. The entire grid for the main gun batteries is down. There are at least 2 major points where the relays need repairs. The first is through these blast doors, straight north. The second is on Deck 15. The Met crew there died fighting a fire that burnt out the relay. Then we are heading our separate ways for now. It's been an honor, Major Luther. However this ends, Captain, you've made your lineage proud on this day. Captain? Yes, as I said, rank, Captain. As a Major, I carry the responsibility of battlefield promotions. I'm proud to do so. You're a born leader, Templar. Let your faith and fury inspire the knights who follow you. Now, go, purge these decks from the Xeno, Captain. The ship needs her great guns firing once again. Take your knights and head north. I will lead my squad into the depths of Deck 15. We will meet again in victory, Templar. Vae Victus. For Sheilun. Victory for veterans. Quite a few kills. Yeah, still haven't found any secondary objectives. I'm not even sure where they exist or what's going on with them, but I'll have to see if I can track them down. Gonna have to give these guys different helmets too. So let's accept this. Welcome back to your Battleforce HQ. Each victory earns critical requisition points, RP, for your Battleforce. You'll spend your RP on the requisition tree to build your unique army. On the tree, you'll unlock many different nodes and define the capabilities of your elite specialists. Some requisition levels will unlock new Templar types that you can deploy into battle. Others will unlock weapons, armor, and gear you can equip as a Templar's gear level increases. Requisition also unlocks talent levels which define the abilities your veterans can use. First, build a requisition foundation by unlocking the early levels. As you make progress into the specialist branches, you'll make choices about your battle force's focus. What Templar types will you deploy? What talents and equipment will they use? Each battle force is different, and this starts with the choices you make on your requisition tree. Spend your RP on unlocking new requisition, and be sure to check your veterans for leveling. When you've finished, it's time to deploy to the next level. Have to read that fast. Wow. Okay, so let's check out the requisition. So here is where you can kind of get a sense of the scale of this. These are all different crazy abilities that you can pick up for your different classes. So like going down the Engineer and Scout tree, Hydra and Neptune, I'm not entirely sure what they do. Heavy Infantry. Oh, okay, so they must be like the heavy weapons guys. Maybe I made a mistake in the first episode giving my soldier the increased strength, because if these guys are the heavy weapons guys, then it would make more sense for them to have the high strength with the heavy weapons, or for melee guys, not so much the soldier. Soldier, let's see what they look like. Leviathan Rifle Relic. Armor, leader in the ranks. So yeah, all different. I guess it sort of depends on what kind of classes you like to use and how you want to use them, which direction you'll kind of go in. But for now, I have 48 requisition points. This is going to cost 15. So this will unlock the Scout for recruitment, new talents, sensor kit scan, piercing fire, overdrive, and supply booster. So yes, we'll buy that because we kind of have to. Leads to the first branch. And then, gosh, I don't know which way to go. I guess maybe it seems like down here, the soldier and the captain, down this sort of tree here, the captain's always going to be with you and kind of boosts your squad as a whole. And the soldier just seems like a very useful kind of general purpose class. So if I unlock this, it'll unlock Leviathan Armor Champion Command and new war gear, targeting module, and autoloader. So that would help out my soldiers and some sort of crazy new armor for the commander. So let's do that. Battlesuit adaptations. Before I do that though, let's look at the others. Heavy suit adaptations. Unlocks new weaponry, Aegis Gauntlet, new war gear, reinforced mech, adapt ocular. And this, specialist adaptations. Unlocks new talents, sensor scan 3, new war gear, vent manifold, and ocular scanner. So it looks like this way leads towards like the heavy troops, and this way leads towards kind of the utility troops. Let's go for the middle of the road for now. I mean, I suspect that I'll end up getting quite a few like you're probably kind of expected to go into the different branches at least a little ways, and then it'll just be kind of a matter of figuring out which classes you enjoy playing with and specializing from there. At least that's how I'm going to do it. But like I said, at least starting down the captain path and the soldier path seems like a good way to start. So let's go back. Have a couple of veterans now. Logan the engineer. Well, keeping you alive seems like it'd be a good thing, because you're not the toughest. So let's do that for fortitude. It'll get you a few more hit points. And what does tactics do? The engineer does seem sort of like a support Buffy type class, so maybe I'll go for that. Yeah. And then talents. Oh, I could get the sensor scan kit, since I've unlocked that now. Though I do like this that probably is kind of the most useful thing overall. Like right now it does between 1 and 4 damage to those, and it seems like they have 5 hit points. Whereas this will do 2 to 4 damage, which has a significantly better chance of me being able to capture those points quicker. And it gives me a little bit of more accuracy. So let's grab Capture 2. Equipment. What can you do for equipment? A Leviathan reactor. Increases dodge. That's handy. Sensor kit. Increases dodge and auto block. Now, don't know if he has any auto block really. Still just has the little pistol. Plus 2 dodge and block. Plus 2 dodge or plus 1 dodge and block chance. I might go for the hydrol injector. And let's go back and check out Brianna. So she has Leviathan command, and I could get her champion command. 38 armor versus 36 armor. Sounds good to me. Oh, armor overflows gear level allocation. Okay, so I guess she needs to have more gear slots before she can do that. Okay, and Gimblard. Let's level you up. We won't do strength this time. Let's do quickness. Sure, why not? We'll give quickness a try. Still not sure if the rifles that they have are considered light or heavy weapons, though. That's my one thing I need to see if I can figure out. I mean, one thing, too, is you can respec. A Templar's lineage memories allow flexibility in retraining and specialization. Choose attribute and skills to reset your attribute skills and talents. And talents to reset all your talents. So you can respec, like you're not married into this. But I think gunnery is still a good skill for them to pick up. Now, as for talents, let's do Overwatch 2 for him. Do a bit more damage and a bit more accuracy on his Overwatch. And then for equipment, Autoloader, 6 damage. Ooh. I like that. And still no targeting system gear. Okay, so that is that. This has been a fairly long episode, 45 minutes. I'm going to need to figure out what it's always a bit tough when you're kind of aiming for half-hour episodes, because you're not sure with games like this if 30 minutes is a good break point or not, so this is a bit of a longer episode, but far from the end of the world. So, I guess until next time, we will see you then. Please, if you liked it, liked it. If you didn't like it, dislike it. Uh, Subscriptions, comments, all that sort of stuff, always appreciated. So until next time, cheers.